Hello there guys, this is just a update video for the channel just to let you know what's been happening and what will be happening in the near future. So first of all, it's first time on Facecam, and as you can see my avatar doesn't lie. I really am as old and as bald as it would suggest, so no surprises there, I guess. Next of all, then over on, hopefully through the magic of editing, over on this side of the screen, I should have a list of what I'm going to talk about. So the first thing is I've just recently hit 50 subs on the channel, and for me that's huge, and I want to say thank you to all of those people who have subbed to the channel, who, you know, just shows that people who believe in what I'm doing, and it's a real kind of boost to my morale. So thank you very much for that. The next thing then to talk about is the whole month of June, because the whole month of June was a bit weird for me. Even though there were videos going out, I didn't actually make very many videos in June because work was really busy, had some like personal family stuff going on. I'm not going to go into that. It's just, you know, people, I'm sure everyone at some stage has stuff going on in their lives, and that just happened to be a period where, you know, things are a bit rough for me. And then also in terms of the channel in June as well, like, you know, up to then the channel was kind of every month was growing and it was very positive, and then just in June just happened to, things kind of stopped where it stayed at the same level, and kind of, I won't say I got depressed, because depression is a very serious thing. Like, so like I got just a bit down on myself, and you know, kind of feeling a bit, you know, oh, you know, is this the kind of stop, like I've only just started and are things going downhill already? But, you know, I was at the one big positive thing in June for me was the co-op that I did on Path of Exile with Mendeleev, because it meant that I was actually recording some stuff and playing some games, and also he's just a really cool guy to hang out, and I just felt so lucky, and I still do, like that we got to do that co-op together. Obviously it would have been great if it went on a bit longer, but Mendeleev has his war game bound to look after, and I wish him all the best of that. And, you know, it's not like we're not friends anymore, it's just that we're not doing that particular co-op anymore. But I never really said it to him in so many words, but, you know, hanging out with him in June was just one of the positive things from June for me. Like, and I, you know, can never properly say thank you to him for that, but hopefully now he's going to be a friend for life, because he's a really cool guy to hang out with. And I hope that we'll do more stuff together as well in the future. Also as well, in terms of then, I'd like to say thank you to More Jackson Game Night as well, because before I started, when I was thinking of becoming a YouTuber, I chatted to both of them, and they both said, like, the periods are going to come where maybe you're not feeling it, maybe, you know, things aren't going the way you want to, and that's just a natural thing that happens in the channel. So to know that, you know, they've gone through those periods before, and like their channels, like, are doing amazing now. So it just kind of prepared me a little bit more for it, that, you know, to expect that it was going to come anyway. And I'm sure there's going to be more times like that as well. But now let's just look forward to a brighter future, and because things have picked up really now in July, as I said, hit 50 subs, and that's, you know, amazing to think, you know, for me, like, that there's 50 people who thought my channel was good enough that they would actually subscribe to it. So that's, you know, one of the bright things. But the other thing as well is, you know, looking forward to the future. I've got so many things I'm excited about in terms of what I want to bring to the channel, and things that I'm working on at the moment as well. Like that, the whole June thing is well behind me now. Like, I'm just really in a positive place now. So looking at, let's say, the next thing I want to talk about is long term. So the long term of the channel. What I want to do is I want to bring more kind of story-based stuff to the channel. So that's kind of a long-term goal for me, is that, you know, I enjoy story-based stuff, and I enjoy writing my own stories as well. So I want to bring more of that to the channel in the future. So over the next kind of, you know, 2 to 3 years, to get more kind of story stuff on the channel, and more kind of my own original story stuff as well. But that's obviously kind of a long-term thing. And also, you know, every YouTuber will tell you they want to grow their channel. They want more people to enjoy their content, and they want them to share it with their friends. And I'm just the same as any other YouTuber, you know. I want to do my best to try and produce videos that people think is are worth watching, and worth you know, adding to the growth of the channel as well. So that's kind of the long term. Next, then, in the medium term, I found, like, with the whole thing of last month, that, you know, I was kind of drifting along. I was enjoying the whole YouTube thing, and then drifting along, and then boom, hit a wall. And you know, one thing that Morjax said to me, and he also has in his guide, and you haven't seen his guide for YouTubers, I definitely recommend you check that out. But in his guide, it talks about, you know, it's very important to set goals, and so that you kind of have targets you can work towards. And some of them will be in terms of, you know, maybe improving certain aspects of your videos, and others are things like, you know, what kind of growth that you want for your channel. So for me, I decided I just hit 50 subs, so let's hit or let's set an ambitious target for the end of the year. So by the end of the year, my target is to hit 100 subs. Now, it is very ambitious, but you know, I'm going to do everything I can to try and hit that. So that means improving my content, just overall kind of improvements as well, and kind of game selection and that kind of stuff, and just work towards that. Now, there's no guarantee that you know, that I'm going to be at 100 subs by the end of the year, but I want to do everything that I can to get there. And if, you know, if setting that goal helps me to grow a little bit faster than I would have normally, then, you know, that'll be kind of a success for me, even if I don't actually hit the 100 subs by then. But that is the goal for this year, at least. Other goals then I have is to do more collabs. I really enjoyed, as I said, working with Mendeleev and just hanging out with him. And I've done kind of one-off stuff with the likes of Braskus, Lum, Morjax, Ryan from Unbroken Circle, and a few others as well. Like, and you know, I really enjoy kind of hanging out with other gamers and just having a good time, and I want to do more of that. And also, you know, if another collab opportunity comes up where I can do maybe a series with someone as well, I definitely want to look at that and make sure that it's kind of, that it's important as well, like that, to make sure that our personalities gel together for that kind of stuff. So you know, any of the guys that I've done collabs with in the past, or just kind of hung out and made videos with, I'd definitely be up for doing kind of a more like a series kind of thing with them as well. So you know, that's a goal, and hopefully I can make that happen by the end of the year. Also, I just want to continue to get better, you know, improve my the quality of my videos, improve the quality of my commentary. I got to the point where I'm comfortable now kind of sitting here in my room and talking to myself, which at the start would you know, any YouTuber will tell you at the start, it's really weird to just to sit in a room and talk away as if there's someone there, and not have any response back as well. You don't kind of have that conversation going on as well. But I'm getting better. I think I've improved. Obviously more improvements to come, but I'm happy with how much I've improved so far, and hopefully that continues in the future. Then the next thing I want to talk about is short-term goals. So the first thing on that is More Time. So More Time has been, you know, easily the biggest game on my channel so far, and I'm not abandoning it. Like, you know, I enjoy the game. People enjoy watching the game, so why stop? Having said that, the end of the Reckless Rangers is very close. It's a series that I've really loved doing. It's very close to my heart. It was great as well to have like the likes of David is Trying, Game Night, Braskus, and Morjax all help me out in terms of giving their builds and then supporting the series as well by, like, you know, mentioning on their channels and just coming by on the videos and posting comments and stuff like that. And that's been amazing for me. So I'm going to be very sad when that ends, but probably today or tomorrow, I think I'm probably going to record the final episode of that. But don't despair. There is more time coming. I've got a series which I'm going to record this week. So it's probably going to start next week. It really will depend on when the last Reckless Rangers video goes live. And then the next one will be the new series. So the new series, I haven't got a name for it yet, but the premise is that I'm going to start with the 5 members of your warband that you get at the start, and that's it. There won't be any new members being hired or anything like that. It's just I've got those 5 slots. If someone dies, I can replace them, but I can't make the warband any more than 5 people. So and that's probably going to be, I think it's probably going to be once a week that I do that. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Looking forward to seeing how I cope with only 5 warband members as well. You know, especially as we get higher up. In terms of the what faction, I think it might be Witch Hunters, because I haven't played with them at all yet in the game, either recorded or anything else like that. So that's something really looking forward to, and I hope you will be too, and you check that out. The other thing then, which is the other More Time thing, which is actually the main project that I'm probably going to work on this entire year, and it's certainly the biggest thing that I've done so far on the channel by a long way, is something that I'm going to title Nurgle's 9. And basically the whole thing came from my kind of frustration with the story missions on More Time. So I decided, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a go at kind of writing my own storyline, and then using the standard missions as like to kind of play out the story in. So the way the format will work is that instead of like instead of the pre-match stuff where we go through, you know, what mission we're going to do and all that kind of stuff, instead of that, there will be like a cutscene at the start, with kind of, it'll be in the More Time style where it's like static pictures, and then there will be voiceover, but the so there'll be one of those kind of at the start of the video, and then there will be one at the end of the video as well. And those, I'm very lucky, those are going to be voiced by some really terrific YouTubers who have agreed to help me out with this. So you know, most of them, if you enjoy More Time, you probably know most of them, and if you followed my recommendations for people, you probably know most of them as well. But those guys are going to be helping me out with that. As I said, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be something completely new for me, and something new in terms of, you know, I haven't seen this done in More Time before. So maybe there are stuff out there, but I haven't seen it. So there, because of the amount of work that goes into that, it's probably going to get it all recorded and put together in August, and maybe that will debut maybe towards the end of August or in September, and then it will run once a week for 12 weeks. There's going to be 12 episodes in the first season, and then it will go on a break while I write and record the second season then. So I'm really looking forward to that, and hopefully if it doesn't start by the end of August, I will at least have a teaser trailer out, kind of teasing the story for that as well. So that's one of the reasons why I'm in such a happy mood this month, and that's lifted my spirits is that, and the fact that, you know, I asked the guys to give the time, and everybody said yes. They're excited about it, and you know, hopefully we all have a great time together, and it comes across as well in the final production. So that's more time. The next thing then I want to talk about is Duskers and Project Zomboid. So both of those are kind of coming to the end of their current run. So I think probably they'll both probably stop in maybe 5 or 6 more episodes time. It's just going to be a natural stopping point. So Duskers will probably be the next time that, well, it's going to be the first time I think this series that we'll have a total wipe, and then that will be the end of series 2. Then that'll go on a break and come back at a later stage. Same with Zomboid. The next time that one of my characters dies, that will be the end of the series. It'll go on a break and it'll come back later. And those will kind of just make room for some other stuff that I want to play. Then Planescape Torment has a good while left to go yet. So that's going to be around for, you know, 2 or 3 months more at least, I think, until we finish that game. Having a huge or having a great time playing it, and like just huge fun as well. So, you know, if you haven't checked it out, please check it out, because at least you can hear me trying to do like accents and stuff and failing miserably, but it's fun at least to watch me fail. Then Sunless Sea, you know, it's not the most popular series on the channel, but I enjoy playing it, so that's going to stay in the slot on Sundays, because that kind of keeps me sane playing that. So that's going to be there. Hopefully people do start watching it, because the story in that game is amazing. And then next up then we have Fort Triumph. So been covering Fort Triumph since Game Night brought it to my attention, and covered it in the Kickstarter, covering the closed beta now. Going to be doing some more closed beta stuff, and going to be covering that on each of the stages that it goes through. So that's just going to be kind of ad hoc videos rather than like a big series. But then when it comes out, then we will certainly do a whole, at least one series on it, if not more. Then in terms of new games, so as I said, freeing up some space, going to be doing a story-based game that I don't really know much about, but I was just intrigued really by the name, and the name is What Remains of Edith Finch, and I want to play that game and just see what it's all about. So I'll be going in blind, probably stumbling about a bit until I get the hang of it, but I'm looking forward to doing that. Then also I'm a big Total War fan, and there's probably going to be something on Total War coming pretty soon to the channel as well. And then other than that, I've picked up a bunch of games in the Steam sale during the summer. So I'm going to be kind of sifting through those games and seeing what's, you know, going to be a good fit for the channel. And then some of those are going to be coming your way as well. There might be, some of them might be shorter series where we just kind of play, you know, maybe like 10 episodes or something, and then that game will stop or whatever. But I want to, you know, I want to try out more games, and I want to show more games to you as well. And also in terms of like, you know, what's been going on with me for this month as well is I've started with a D&D group here locally in Japan. They're all kind of like, none of them are actually Japanese. They're like Americans and Canadians and stuff. But been having a blast with that. And that's kind of part of that as well, because it's like such a story-based game, and we got a brilliant DM as well. But that's kind of got my creative juices flowing in terms of story stuff and all that kind of stuff. So that's been a real inspiration for me, and hopefully that continues over our campaign over the next few months. But basically that's it in terms of the actual updates. There are a few thank yous I'd like to say. First of all, I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my YouTube buddies. So Mendeleev, Game Night, Morjax, Braskus, Taffin Lum, David is Trying, and Ryan from Unbroken Circle. Like, all of you guys have been huge help to me, just in terms of seeing how good you are at what you do and trying to emulate it. And also, hang out with you, the tips and stuff that you give me, and just everything has been a huge help for me. And, all of you are great inspirations to me as well. I look up to all of you guys, and I just hope that one day I can be as good as you at what we all do together. So just thank you very much for being my friends, I guess. Then finally, a huge thank you to all of you. Without you, there would be no Bardon Plays. So thank you for your support of the channel, for your likes and your shares and your subs and all that kind of stuff. Like, all of that really does help out someone like me, like who's just starting out. And just every single comment or like or sub is just so important and so gratifying to me as well, to think, oh yeah, I must be doing something right if people are doing that. So just huge thank you to you, and I look forward to seeing all of you on the next video. Goodbye.